Good morning, everyone. My name is Martin Stenshall. I'm the Investor Relations Contact in Aker BioMarine. It's with great pleasure that we're today announcing the launch of our protein product INVI. We have two presenters of INVI today, Mats Johansen, our CEO, and Lalen Dogan, Vice President Protein Human Nutrition. First, Mats Johansen will do a short introduction, and then Lalen will take more about INVI and its qualities. Mats will then end the presentation by talking about INVI business case. Could you please mute your phones? Thank you very much. We will also open for a Q&A session at the end of the presentation, and both the video and the slide pack will be made available on our website after the call. So without further ado, I'll hand the word over to Mats Johansen. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. I'm going to bring up the presentation. Yes, so we have announced earlier that we were planning to launch our protein product in the first quarter of 2021, and that day is today. We will now take you through the background, the value proposition, and also the business case behind this new business that we are now launching here at Aker BioMarine. So first, INVI Protein is a new protein ingredient. We will commercialize it the same way we do with our aquaculture ingredients and our Superba ingredients. So we will sell it to other protein brands that will use our protein ingredient to make protein products such as drinks, protein bars, and protein powders. We follow the strategy that we have in the company when it comes to innovation, which is about developing new products where there's a higher ability to pay and higher margin per use of raw material. So that is also the background for the development of the INVI protein, is that market, with the costs related to producing it, provides a better margin contribution per use of raw material compared to the average that we have on the base today. Margin-wise, this product will be in between the pet products and the Superba products, so quite nice margin. It's been a long journey already. We've been spending 5 years to develop this protein product. Krill consists of 60% protein on the dry matters, so it's a big and good protein resource. And we've been traveling, and we've been working around the globe to get competence on how you actually take a raw material like krill and create it into a hydrolyzed protein isolate. It started with work in America to set up the process how to isolate out the protein, continued working with researchers in Europe for how to work with sensory, so you can remove all the components and taste and smell from the product, and then moving up to Scandinavia to set together a scalable process with the right unit operations and economics. And as you know, we got a grant from Innovation Norway recently that triggered now the decision to start build the factory here in Norway to start producing this protein product. 2021 will be about now starting dialogues with customers so they can start to get samples and start to work on making finished protein products. And it's also going to be all about building that factory in Ski outside Oslo. That will take about 12 months to finalize. With that, I'm going to give the word to Lalen, which is leading the protein project on our side, and he will take you through the value proposition of our protein product. Over to you, Lalen.
Thank you, Mats. And good morning, everyone. INVI Protein is a novel, best-in-class, high-quality protein ingredient for the food and beverage category. It has exceptional protein qualities. In our process, we hydrolyze the amino acids into peptides. Think of peptides as smaller amino acids that are easy to digest. The benefit of providing a protein in this format is that it increases the uptake of amino acids into the body's organs and tissues, including muscles, than compared to intact protein sources. INVI is a complete protein and has an ideal amino acid profile. In fact, it contains all of the essential amino acids. Essential meaning that the body cannot make it itself and instead must be provided in the diet. Furthermore, INVI contains more than 90% of pure protein content. In fact, the average protein content is approximately 93%. This provides value to consumers because they are now able to increase their dose of protein without increasing the serving size. INVI is easy to use in final applications. It is highly water soluble and it is ideal for beverage applications like ready to drink. Now, this is actually an inherent problem for intact proteins. You might be familiar with the protein shakers with the metal clamps inside the chamber, which helps break down the intact proteins. But for the most part, there's still clamps of protein stuck inside the chamber. With INVI, simply add a scoop of INVI into water, stir it, and it will completely dissolve and become clear. INVI offers nutritional value even beyond the protein. It contains naturally occurring minerals that is rich in magnesium and calcium. For consumers, the minerals provide both value for money and convenience. For example, in a standard serving size of INVI, it contains enough magnesium to meet the daily recommended intake. And as a result, there's no need for consumers to take magnesium supplements in addition to INVI. INVI is a sustainable protein with clean label. Sustainability is at the core of INVI, and it is an ideal ingredient for clean label consumer products. Clean label products contain fewer natural ingredients and do not contain any sugar, lactose, gluten, or additives such as color, flavor, or sweeteners. INVI has some of the best sustainability certifications, namely MSC, which is the gold standard for fisheries. INVI has a very low carbon footprint compared to other protein sources such as dairy or plant-based. It's also non-GMO, non-farmed and wild. It contains no dairy, no lactose, no gluten, no soy or sugar, and supports no fat claims. Next slide, please. INVI has an exceptional protein quality. The amino acid score of 1.0 is a perfect score, which is based on the amount of essential amino acids in a protein source. And this matters to consumers because in a recent survey, 76% of consumers cited essential amino acids as being an important consideration when buying a protein. This is followed by 59% of consumers citing total amino acid profile and 51% for branch chain amino acids. INVI scored 99% for its nitrogen solubility index rate. The nitrogen solubility index rate is a measurement of the solubility of the protein. As I mentioned previously, this is an inherent problem for intact proteins. In fact, this was one of the most frequently used words in a consumer review on Amazon.com. Now, with INVI, mixability is no longer an issue. As we discussed in the previous slide, INVI contains naturally occurring minerals, and it is rich in both calcium and magnesium. Again, in a recent survey, 74% of consumers cited that minerals is very or extremely important when buying a protein product. In fact, half these consumers surveyed took either calcium or magnesium or both as part of their mineral supplement. Sustainability is at the core of INVI, and consumers rate sustainability as one of the most important purchasing decisions. INVI is ideal for clean label products, which are on the rise. We are already seeing this new trend in most developed countries, and in the US, the number one selling protein product on Amazon.com is a plant-based protein. However, many of these plant-based proteins are either low in protein content or are incomplete protein sources, meaning that they don't contain all of the essential amino acids. INVI aims to fill this gap in the market by offering a non-dairy protein alternative that is a complete protein. Next slide, please. INVI offers high content of essential amino acids and important minerals to support all human health. The building blocks of protein are amino acids. In total, there are 20 amino acids that are needed for human growth and metabolism. There are 9 essential amino acids that the body cannot make itself and instead must be provided in the diet. These essential amino acids contribute to human health, including energy metabolism, calcium absorption, collagen formation of cell membranes, wound health, immune function, blood pressure regulation, muscle protein synthesis, insulin secretion, to name a few. INVI contains many natural occurring minerals that contribute to muscle function, maintenance of bones and teeth, normal function of the immune system, maintenance of connective tissue, and protection of the cells from oxidative stress. In a recent survey, a staggering 70% of consumers are willing to try krill protein. 89% associate INVI as healthy, 87% rate rich in nutrients and minerals as important, and 85% rated as interesting. Next slide, please. INVI's unique quality and composition makes it suitable for a wide range of applications, and sport products is a natural first step for us. The protein category is dominated by sports-related protein products. Other protein products consist of fortified foods like meal replacements. The global retail protein market is valued at $36 billion in 2021, and it's forecast to increase in the next few years. Based on INVI's unique quality and composition, it makes it an ideal ingredient for a sports-related protein market, and this will be our initial focus. As you know, Aker BioMarine's flagship product is Superba krill oil. In 2019, the omega-3 retail category was valued at $4.6 billion, which Aker BioMarine sold 97 million of krill oil supplements. In comparison, the protein retail category in 2019 was valued at $34 billion, which is 6 times larger. Next slide, please. Sport products with the INVI ingredient will compete in a premium range of price spectrum. As you can see on the chart on the left, 50% of the market share is dominated by the protein powders, followed by 30% in protein bars and 8% in ready-to-drink beverages. Interestingly, the protein powder is the least complicated product to produce for brands and offer the best margins when compared to bars and beverages. INVI will compete in the premium price spectrum. On the chart on the right-hand side, it lists the estimated consumer price for the most common protein powders available from different sources. The price varies from low-cost intact proteins of $30 a kilo and reaches as high as $115 a kilo. INVI's medium price point is a little higher than whey hydrolyzed and plant-based protein sources. We are confident that consumers will be willing to pay a small premium for these benefits, as I outlined in the previous slide. Interestingly, collagen is the most expensive product, with a staggering median price of $115, and yet retailers can't stock it on the shelves fast enough. We believe that there will be great synergies with collagen formulations because, unlike collagen, INVI is a complete protein and therefore would complement collagen. Next slide, please. Trends indicate that the market is favouring novel protein sources such as INVI. Whey protein, which is a dairy-derived protein, has been stagnant in terms of growth for the past few years and more recently has been in decline, whereas alternative protein sources are on the rise. When we look at the total protein market and focus on the protein isolates and the hydrolysates, The total addressable market for INVI is 952 million tonnes. Again, these market trends are driven by consumers who are demanding natural product protein alternatives with clean label parameters that it's free of dairy, gluten, soy, sugar, and fat, and it is non-GMO. And of course, it has to have the same protein quality as the gold standard whey. Today, with the launch of INVI, for the reasons I just covered, we are going to rise that bar of the gold standard to new heights, and we can't wait to see INVI in the marketplace soon. Thank you, and over to you, Matt.
Thank you, Lalen. So as Lalen explained, we have a quite unique protein ingredient here with both an attractive amino acid profile and nutritional profile, as well as a protein that is easy for customers to work with when they formulate into bars and drinks and powders, and has a good position when it comes to sustainability and kind of the future proofing of that type of business. So then let's talk about the business case. So we, as mentioned, we are building now what we call a launch plant outside Oslo. That plant will have a capacity of up to 150 metric tons. The goal for that factory is to produce the material our customer needs in the early stage development and launch of products so that we can quickly come to the markets with big enough volumes. The second objective of that factory is to verify the process and the unit economics, making sure that when we scale it up to our goal of 5,000 tons, that we have a process and an economic model around the production process that allows the margins that we're looking for. This plan that I'm laying out here now shows that we're going to spend quite some time from when the factory is going to be finished in the middle of 2022 until actually we're ready to ramp it up. We've chosen to show you a conservative view here, but as soon as we have verified the process and the economics, we will start and make the decision to build the larger plant of 5,000 tons. Right now, we scoped this opportunity to 5,000 tons. That might also be impacted by the customer demand that as we see it as we develop this category. These 5,000 tons represent about 0.5% market share in that addressable market of 950,000 tons that Lalen talked about. This is the kind of premium products out there in the market today. So we're going to take 0.5% market share in the premium segment of proteins. Then if you look at prices and revenues, we are indicating a price range between $14 and $24, a little bit depending on volumes that the customers will commit to and what type of segments and market we're working towards. And then you look at the volumes that we are going to produce, we're going to end up at between $75 and $100 million in revenues within the next 7 years. So it's going to be quite significant business, same size as the Superba krill oil business is today, and in a timeline quite similar to building up that same size in the Superba krill oil business today. Margin-wise, this is going to be placed right in between the margins that we have on the pet segment and the margins that we have on the Superba segment. So it's going to be placed right in the middle. As you know, 85% of all our volume goes into the aquaculture segment today. And we have a strategy with our innovation to move as much volume and production up to the higher value products as possible. That's being done both by developing the markets in Superba, launching new products like we have done with Lysoveta, and also now with protein, which is a high volume, high margin business. Martin is going to be available. If there's any questions you have at a later stage, feel free to contact him and we'll provide you as good as we can. So thank you for your time and have a nice day.